Really? I actually lost. Oh, there you are! Hi! Do you have anything to say for yourself? She's not got not much in her head, neither do I, but ain't that life? You love butt scratches, don't you? I do too. We're gonna go get a hamburger for you. Alright, guys. I think it's time to start the episode. Happy gay! Telly talker. What are they? Telethoners. Happy Pride Month, Telethoners.
I feel like telethoners would be like if we do a subathon.
Telethon.
It'd be like the telethon.
But the telethoners, it's like they're marathoners.
They're running a race with us.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Teletubbies myself.
We would get copyrighted for that.
You're so right.
Welcome.
Teletubbers.
Tubbies.
Telly. No, that's too close to Tubbo.
Hello, tellers.
Tellers? We're good with telethoners.
Stick with telethoners. Welcome to Telly Talk, where we talk about what's on the telly, but I don't mean we talk about what's on our minds, because we're Telly. And I'm Soul, hosting this dinner party.
And I'm Tyler, poisoning everyone at the dinner party.
What? You can't say that before it starts. Oh. All right, everyone, get your glass. Hold your glasses up. Hold your glasses up. We gotta cheers.
Cheers.
I don't have any glass.
I don't have any toast.
I've been making this one drink. I have like 3 of them a day, and it's like lemonade with a single strawberry cut up in it. And then I put basil in it.
Strawberry lemonade.
And then I put
basil, spicy, Italian.
Spicy? No, it is not spicy or Italian.
No, it's not spicy. It's like a spice.
It's an herb.
Right? It's like a spice.
It's an herb. And then
whatever you
say.
say.
And then I put a little bit of Manuka honey in it, which is from New Zealand. And then I put I've been recently putting either strawberry jam or raspberry jam in it as well to make it really fruity. Because you know what's fruity? Me. Happy Pride Month! And we watched Saltburn. And we're going to talk about it with you.
This is the second year we have done Pride Month movies, if you would like to check out last year's Pride Month movies, which were a big hit. Today we're talking about the movie Saltburn, which came out last year, I believe.
Yeah.
And it became very, very popular because it was really freaky and starred conventionally attractive men who were
I don't think
kind
Perry
of being
Keoghan
gay.
is conventionally attractive.
No, he's like the opposite of conventionally attractive.
Yes.
Okay, there's like an alignment chart. Like so there's conventionally attractive, conventionally unattractive, unconventionally attractive, and unconventionally unattractive, right? Where would you place him?
I would say conventionally unattractive.
I was thinking unconventionally attractive.
But he's not attractive. But he's not.
But people think he's attractive in like a weird, freaky way. Maybe conventionally unattractive and unconventionally attractive can like overlap. Maybe there's like a Venn diagram in there. Like sometimes they're different, but sometimes there's the same. So this is like a 4-sided Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
And he's like straddling the line.
Here's the diagram currently.
Okay, we got really off track.
No, this is perfectly on track.
And then Jacob Elordi is just like top right.
So here's Barry. Between conventionally unattractive, unconventionally attractive. Then we have conventionally attractive Jacob Elordi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys see the vision? Do you understand? Are you picking up what we're putting down?
I hope so. I was watching the movie and I forgot Jacob's name. I was thinking J names,
funny.
but I could not think of Jacob.
Cause like Jacob Elordi is just like I know like middle-aged moms who have a crush on him, right?
Oh yeah.
Like he's just like your most standard man you could think of.
I'm attracted
like,
to
you
him,
like
and I'm a lesbian.
You're like you're like, think of the most traditionally, conventionally attractive man. It's
The
Jacob
eyebrow
Elordi.
piercing really did something to me.
Yeah, he was kind of fruity in this movie, wasn't he? That's what we're getting to. That's why it's Pride Month.
Yeah.
And then Barry, what's his last name? Keoghan?
Keoghan. The Irishman.
In this movie, he was like conventionally unattractive. In this movie, he was conventionally unattractive.
Yeah, that's
but
what his character was.
I would say that in Eternals, he is unconventionally attractive.
Oh, I forgot he was in Eternals.
As Druig, I feel like, I don't know if it's like the charisma Druig had, like personality-wise, but I feel like he came across as more unconventionally attractive in Eternals.
I get that. I see that. I feel like
That's the vibes.
in this movie, when he was being more of a dominant person, he was definitely more attractive.
It just depends like what vibes he's putting across in the moment, and that tells you which side of the line he's on.
Yeah. He changes. He's all over.
Literally.
Not a lot of people can do that.
What are we talking about for this movie?
We're talking about
Do you want to...
gay. First, I just want to say this movie was not as gay as I thought it was going to be, and when people
Had you seen it before?
No, I literally waited an entire year just to watch this. I'm not even kidding. I was like...
You're crazy. I saw it when it first came out.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, I don't do that
waiting.
often, but so many people were just talking about how much of a freak he was in this, and I was like, no, I have to see for myself. I have to bear witness to this.
I had so many chances to see it, but I was like, no, I want my first look to be... my thoughts to just be on this episode. So I waited a whole year for this, and I'm so excited. But when people were talking about it, I thought it was gonna be more gay, and it wasn't as gay as I thought it was gonna be.
It was gay like in an obsessive way, but not gay like.
Yeah, I thought it was
genuinely
it was
gay.
more freaky than gay.
It wasn't like reciprocal.
Yeah.
When I was watching it, I was like, "Is this a horror movie?" It felt like a horror movie.
Okay, let's explain the plot, I guess. So, this movie starts out with Barry Keoghan, who's named Oliver. He is in Oxford, and he is like poor boy. His parents suck. They're addicts, and they're abusive, and they're mentally ill, and he's here on scholarships, and he's seen by everyone as like this loser guy who's super nerdy and super smart, which
he is a loser guy.
He is the loser guy, and he becomes friends with this other loser guy who makes a very dramatic scene at dinner, and everyone's like, Jesus Christ, those are freaks. And one day he like spots Jacob Elordi, who's Felix,
who's like the most like charismatic, rich, pretty boy you could possibly imagine.
But he's like not mean.
Like that's a guy. No, he's like genuinely nice, and it's like you would think his character wouldn't be. Like when I first watched it, I was like waiting for him to not be genuinely nice, but he just is.
I think it's because this is the first time that Jacob's played a nice, like a good character. He's always played villains in everything that he's been
like
in.
assholes.
He's been the bad guy, but in this movie, I was like waiting for it, and it never. I'm like, is he playing a nice guy for the first time? That's crazy. I love him.
He's like you're like a character where you're like his daddy paid his way into Oxford. Like he's just like the most traditional pretty rich boy you could imagine. Like everything is perfect in his life, and he's just a genuinely good, nice person.
Yeah, he's got that eyebrow piercing.
He's friendly.
He's got
and like
ear
charismatic.
And
the movie just like montages how perfect he is.
Yeah, it's like I was like wow. Oh my god. A lot of my notes are just like me like freaking out because I couldn't freak out out loud because my parents were like roaming the house and I couldn't be like, oh my god, that's so gay, or like ew, or just like scream, because in some moments I really wanted to just scream, so I just like wrote them down. But I also thought their British accents were really funny.
Yeah. I think everything British is funny.
I actually wrote this. I wrote this down in the first sequence where they're just where Oliver was just telling about his experience at Oxford or whatever, and I was like, it really looks like it should just be in medieval times, but I think that's just the British accents. Like, whenever I
Oh,
hear a
yeah.
British accent, I really just think that it's in medieval times. And I like that. Also, the opening sequence was beautiful. The title, beautiful. I loved
Oh,
every
yeah.
second of it. You can definitely tell this was written and directed by a woman. I love
Was
her.
it?
It was also edited by a woman. So I fucking love her. Victoria, shout out to you. Love you. I aspire to be you.
Doesn't it take place in like the early 2000s?
Yeah, it takes place in like 2002 because he's like.
So it's like
it was the class of 2006. So,
it has this really pretty vibe that a lot of movies that take place in this time period have, where it feels modern, but there's like a lack of technology that we currently use, which makes it really satisfying to watch. It's one of the reasons I think Friends, the TV show, has a lot of appeal, because it takes place like in like late 90s, early 2000s, right? So it feels very close to being modern, and that's why I feel like why people still watch it. But it has like a comforting vibe because of the lack of technology. It's like escapism.
Yeah.
From our modern world at the same time. And this movie had a lot of that energy.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved every second of this movie. Well, except some parts. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
So, Oliver is like spotting Felix everywhere. He's like, damn, I want to be friends with this guy. Like, he is so cool. I want to be like him because right now I'm just the loser guy. And so one day he's like biking to the library and he spots Felix on the side of the road, and his tire is flat. And so Oliver gives Felix his bike, and Felix is like, oh my god, I love you, and then kisses him on the fucking forehead and is like, I love you so much, I owe you one. And
it's like
off.
in a really bro way, right?
Yeah. Well, not
it's
really.
like
It was
this
a
is
little
just
fruity.
like a nice frat boy.
It was a little fruity.
It was a little fruity, but like it just felt like the vibes of something a really nice frat boy would do. Like it just had nice himbo vibes.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, this dude gave me his bike. I love you.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It was himbo-y.
And
he kind of plays a bit of a himbo.
He does,
feel like.
And I love it. I love it. I love him just being like a fluffy golden retriever. It's so cute.
And then Barry's character, what's his name again? Oliver?
Oliver.
He's like, the feelings he has towards this man are so interesting because it's like a mix of like adoration and obsession and like love and hatred. It's like, do I want to be you? Do I want to be friends with you? Do I want to fuck you?
Yeah.
It's all of them.
All of them.
It's very interesting.
But some feelings
kind of
jump
reminds
over
me.
the other.
Have you ever heard the song "Lacy" by Olivia Rodrigo?
Absolutely, over and over again, on repeat.
Oh, dead ass.
Yeah. That's the only song I
genuinely
listened to
wasn't
by
expecting
her.
that.
That's about his girlfriend, Barry Keoghan's girlfriend.
Really?
Carpenter. Yeah, did you know that?
Wait, they're dating?
Yeah, they have been for a long time.
I didn't know
For
that.
at least a year. Since this movie came out, they've been dating publicly.
I like Sabrina Carpenter. Like, I keep up with her a bit. Like, not like... I have a friend who's, like, obsessed with her, so that's kind of why.
Yeah.
Because just, like, my friend talks to me about her all the time. But, like, I don't think I knew that they were dating.
Wow. Did you know that Barry Keoghan has a son?
No. How old is he? He looks like he's 12 and 40 at the same time.
Yeah. I think he's in his 30s.
That would make sense. I'm gonna look it up.
I think he's like 33 or something. But he has a son and he got divorced. Like really. Like,
He's 31. You're so right.
Yeah.
31, born in 1992.
He got divorced like really quickly after his son was born, and then he started dating Sabrina Carpenter right after Saltburn came out. Which I get it, Sabrina.
Jacob
I see
Elordi
why
is
that
26.
you picked him up. She watched this movie and was like, I need that man, and she got him.
Okay.
Jacob Elordi's 36?
What
What were you talking about?
Jacob Elordi's 26.
Oh thank God. I was
So the feelings that Barry's character has towards Jacob's character reminds me a lot of the song Lacy, where it's like simultaneously like obsession and like kind of gay, and then also like I hate you, but you're perfect. You know?
Yeah.
That's the vibes. That's the vibes.
I get that. Okay. So, moving on from their first meet, Oliver goes to the bar and Felix spots him and he's like, hey, you're the guy who saved me.
Felix is like there with his like cool rich friends, right?
Yeah, his cool rich friends and his cousin. What's his name? Farley. I
Isn't
love
he from like
Farley.
America?
Yeah, he's American.
Me too.
He was born in America, but his mom's from Britain.
That's so interesting. I was just like,
it's.
I was like, this guy doesn't seem British.
Felix's aunt is Farley's mom, and she ran away to America for some reason. I don't remember why.
Me neither.
And so Felix is like, yo, come over and sit with us. And they start talking. And is this where he explains his like little backstory of his parents and his life sucking? Felix?
I think so.
He's like, I'm an only child and my parents suck and
my parents are abusive and poor and mentally ill and like drug addicts and
and so
and then
Felix is
like, holy shit, bro,
feeling bad for him, and so he like buys him a drink, and then they all end up partying for a while, and then that's when they become like friends. That's when they hang out, because I guess it kind of hinted throughout the movie that Felix like picks up these guys that are like sad losers and like takes them to his estate for the summer.
Right, it's like he's done this before with other
and then
like guys he was like
and then somehow they wrong him.
I feel like he's gay, but he doesn't know he's gay because he's such a himbo.
Yeah. He's
like, oh, this poor guy, I just want to be nice to him.
Yeah. Before I watched this movie, I was thinking that the whole plot was different, and that it didn't.
Me too.
And then it turned out to be the opposite of what I thought, and then it turned into exactly what I thought, but not exactly. And it was just different, and I don't know, but I liked it. It was good.
No, I liked it. It was just like I didn't expect it to be as much of like a thriller as it was.
I expected it to be more murderous. I expected more violence.
We had opposite vibes going in.
Yeah, because people kept saying like, oh, he goes around and like kills off one part of the family so he can have Felix to himself, but it was the opposite of that. And I was like, oh, interesting. I don't know. Anyways, before we spoil...
Okay, what happens next?
Spoil the ending. What happens next? They become friends. They hang out all the time. His friends and his cousin think that Oliver's a loser, and they're like, why are you hanging out with him? And he's like, because his life sucks, and I'm trying to, like, be his friend, you know? And what happens next? His dad dies. Oliver's dad dies, and Felix
Oliver tells Felix his dad died.
Yeah, and Felix is like, I'm so sorry. Let's go do this little ritual that my dad does when people die. And so they write dad on a rock and throw it in the river. And Oliver throws it in the river, and it lands in a pile of puke, which is sad. When I first saw that scene, and the sound effect was like a smack instead of like a water plop, I was like, damn, whoever put that in sucks at water plops. And then it cut to the puke pot, and I was like, oh. I feel like they made that clip a little, like, just a hair too long, because I was like, that sound effect sucks. And then I was like, oh. And I feel like if they made it a little shorter, I wouldn't have said that.
I like that that's something you picked up on. Like, you would pick up on that.
I was like, man, if I was, like, following that, I
think you should be a folly.
Oh, I'm trying.
There was a lot of lead up. Like, I expected them to go, like, to his little estate sooner in the movie.
Me too. But at their little party, like right before it started, Farley like went up to Oliver and was like, You're cute, like you almost fit in. And Oliver's like, what does that mean? He's like, I don't know, what does it mean? And then he like prances away. And I was like,
yeah, that was so weird.
I fucking love Farley so much. He's my
love him and I hate him. I love him. I love him and I hate him.
At the beginning I hated him, but then in the middle and at the end I was like, I love him so much. Like, right? I love him.
No, yeah.
I'm a little confused why he disappeared and just like never came back, but okay, so after the party, Felix invites Oliver to his estate to stay for like the summer. Because he doesn't
Because
want to go
I'm sorry your
home.
dad died, and you can't go
He's
home
like,
and be
I
sad.
can't go home because my mom she's addicted to drugs, and I can't talk to her, and like, I just can't be with her. So he's like, come stay at my estate. And Oliver's like, okay. And so they go to his estate, and it's like this big ass mansion. It's called Saltburn. And I love the little tour that Felix gives him because it's so cute. It's just like him walking through rooms, and he just tells like one thing in every single gigantic room, and she like passes. He's like, "This is the hallway where Granny lives, but she's dead. Hi, Granny." And this is my daddy's teddy, and and this is my room. This is the bathroom, and then this is your room. We're gonna share in a bathroom. I hope you don't mind, because then the bathroom's all the way across the house, and that would be like 30-minute walk. You know, that's crazy. You can't do that. That's my favorite. I love that.
Yeah.
Also, Duncan, the main butler, I thought he would have a bigger role and everything, but he really didn't. Like,
I also thought that.
I thought he was gonna be like crucial to the plot, but he was just like, I guess, an important background character, which was kind of boring. Like, I expected him to like do something, but he never did anything.
Yeah. I mean, it was fine. I just like expected him to do more, but like it was fine.
I read a comment about Call Me on Your Name, and it made me think that if Jacob played Armie Hammer's role in Call Me by Your Name, it wouldn't be so weird.
Yeah, but that's like the point of Call Me by Your Name, is it's supposed to be weird.
Is it?
Yeah, Call Me by Your Name like isn't supposed to be like pure gay love story. Like, it's supposed to not be right.
I thought it was just like kind of secretly forbidden love, but also he's married.
It is.
And it's not about the age
but
gap.
it's like, no, I think the age gap really is a part of like it's supposed to be kind of problematic because it's like that's just the point of it. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay. I feel like if Jacob played Armie Hammer's
But I
role,
get what you're saying.
it would
I
have been
agree
less
with
weird,
what you're saying.
but also somehow even more successful.
No, you're right.
He would have gone off.
Well, that came out so long ago, he would have been too young.
Well, isn't...
Right? 'Cause that came out like 6 years ago, at least.
Yeah, but Timmy's like 26. Oh, they're the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That would have been perfect.
It would have been, but it would have been like an entirely different movie, but I agree with you.
They could have made him look older.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, you're right and you're
like,
wrong.
They could have like
both. It's both.
They could have like made him beef up a bit because it's kind of like big strong man with twink.
Yeah.
So they could have beefed him up a bit, made him look older. He is tall. Isn't
very
Timothy
tall.
Chalamet like 6 foot, or is he? Because Jake Valori's like 6'5".
5'10". He's 5'10".
Oh, he's really? I thought he'd be taller than that. So yeah, the height difference would have been great for the dynamic as well.
Oh yeah, that's
It would
big
have
height
worked
difference.
if they made him beef up and just made him look a little older with like clothing.
facial hair.
Yeah, made him grow a beard. Oh my god, I would thirst over that. Anyways, where are we at? Plot?
You're being gay. Straight? I don't know.
You're being queer in some way, one way or another.
Yeah, something queer's happening here.
It's a queer question. Where are we? He invites him to the estate. He does a little house tour, dances around. And the thing, he meets his family, and his mom seems like a really nice lady. Like, she gives off really nice mom vibes, but she's also like
I agree.
a bitch and invasive. And the sister is like silent. She struggles with eating disorders and smoking and being drunk all the time. I don't really know her gist, what she is, other than that. or what her purpose is or what she wants. And then Farley's there. I was actually surprised, but then I was like, oh yeah, because they're cousins. I forgot. And Farley's just living there.
I guess it's like his family's in America and he's going to school.
Yeah, because his mom
at Oxford. It would make sense.
Felix's dad kind of explained it, where he was like, Farley's mom like ran away to America and then like ruined her reputation and relationship with his dad, and like he cut her off, and so she's kind of just stuck in America, and she's like depressed, and she's probably on drugs, and she's like almost in poverty level, and Felix's dad just refuses to help her, but Farley's like begging her, and there's a whole like point in the movie where Farley's like, it's a race thing, and I mean, I kind of feel like it is just a little bit with Felix's dad, because I'm guessing Felix's mom is white, and she had a baby with a black man.
That's my understanding too. I genuinely believe that.
That's what kind of ruins the reputation or whatever. And I think his dad is like absent as well, so she's really struggling in America, and Felix's dad is like, fuck her, she's the one who ran away. And so it's weird that they accept Farley but don't accept the mom,
right? I think it's very out of character with how racists act.
I was confused about that, and I was like, why
I guess it makes sense with how willing the dad was to kick Farley out.
Well, he also was like, he can kick me out like literally every single day, but I will always come back because I live here.
Yeah,
this is my house. So like, I don't know. And they're like not leaving Farley out of anything. Like, he is part of the family. He is one of them. So he meets the family. Then he just like spends days at the mansion. And while he's there, it's kind of like awkward, because Felix's family kind of just expects Oliver to just know how to be rich, and he doesn't. And then when he says something that isn't normal to them, it gets like really awkward. On the first morning, he like got up and was like, he like went up to Duncan or whatever and was like, I want a full English breakfast too. And the family's like, just stares at him. They're just staring at him. And Farley's like, actually, everything is self-serve on the table behind you. And Oliver's like, oh. And then Duncan goes, how do you want your eggs? And then Oliver's like, no, I'll get it. And then Farley's like, no, the eggs are served to you by the kitchen, made to order. And then
I felt bad for him.
Dude, it was so awkward. And I was like, why wouldn't they like tell him if they know that he's from a shitty family? Also, he ordered fried eggs over easy. And he got the eggs and was like, my eggs are runny. I can't eat them because they upset me. But over easy eggs are made runny. Like, they're runny eggs. Over easy eggs are runny eggs. So he ordered over easy eggs knowing that they'd be runny.
Maybe he's stupid.
He's not stupid.
No, he's very smart.
He's very, very smart.
Okay, can we fast forward? We're going through this. We're going through the plot so slow.
That's because we're sidetracked. You can finish it.
Okay. So he's at their place. Oh my god, which order did things happen? It's all a blur in my head. He is like seducing everyone. He's like,
yeah, he's seducing the mom a little bit. Then manipulated her.
He's seducing the sister. He's seducing
the
Felix.
Sister.
He seduces every single character.
Hold up.
Except
Seducing the sister. We gotta pause on this. Seducing the sister.
And
yeah, she goes out and sits in front of his window every night like a fucking ghost. And he goes out there.
Why did she do that?
I don't know. That's what I got. But
okay.
He ate her out on her period. Let me say that one more time.
On her period.
He ate her out on her period.
You're peeking the microscope. And
he ate her out on her period.
No, it gets worse. Because that was... No,
Anyways.
It gets worse because that was like around the same time he like drank the masturbation bathwater, right?
He drank Felix's cum.
Felix was like masturbating in a bathtub, and he was like spying, watching him. And then when Felix left the bathroom, he just like went in and like drank the bath water.
Can I just say?
Which was so weird.
Can I just say that during the sister scene, I was speechless. Like fully, I had to pick my jaw up off the floor, speechless. And the bathtub scene disgusted me. Like,
and then like the next
disgusting.
day, he like flirts with Farley while also like threatening him.
Oh
It was
my
like
God,
a weird.
it was hot. I'm sorry.
See, now you're getting into why he's unconventionally attractive.
No,
Right?
well, okay. Also, during the bathtub scene, I also just wondered how his body was positioned in the bathtub. Like, was he just like
How much of this did Barry just like improvise? I need to know.
Oh, he improvised the grave scene.
Oh, what possessed him? What
I have
in God's
I have a story
name?
about the grave scene.
Okay, let's get there. What were you saying about it being hot?
What? Farley and oh my God, Farley and Oliver. That was, and then he like went to his bedroom and like seduced him. That was hot. Anyways,
yeah,
moving on.
You're so gay. So
okay,
then
it's not that I'm
Farley
attracted
is.
to Barry Keoghan. I think I'm just attracted to everyone he's fucking.
You want to be Barry Keoghan?
Yes, yeah. Even right now with Sabrina Carpenter, yeah, he really gets all the bitches.
So then, because of his like interaction with Farley, Oliver like frames him for like stealing the dad's stuff, and the dad kicks him out. And I can't tell if he like framed him or if it was true and Oliver just exposed him. I wasn't sure.
It was framing.
It was framing. Like I didn't know if he like actually did it and Oliver brought it to light to like kick him out. Or if it was just totally made up.
The dean. Or
okay, it was completely fake. That was like over my head.
Yeah.
My bad.
Because when he was like getting kicked out, he was like, no, I like didn't do it. Like, I don't know, like, what do you, like, please, like, let me. And then they like kicked him out and he was like denying it. Because, okay, so
yeah.
the plate thing. So, so Farley got kicked out the first time for emailing the chairman of Oxford being like, I came across these really expensive plates that are worth a lot of money. I don't know why he was emailing him, either for tuition or for like helping his mom or something. I don't know. But there's this whole thing where he's like, he doesn't want to like panhandle for money from his own family, but he has to for his mom, which also relates to the race thing earlier. He just wants to help his mom, but nobody will help him. Like, not even Felix. And so that's why that happened. And he got kicked out. And so we don't see him for a while until the birthday party.
Yeah, but that's like not much happens between then and the party, right?
Yeah, they just keep swimming and reading. They kept reading Harry Potter. Do you know why they were reading Harry Potter?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
Oh, I thought you knew. I thought you were like lining up to tell me. So the parents are like, "Yay, Oliver's birthday! Thank you, son. We never had." And Felix is like, "My best boyfriend, boy toy, Oliver, I got a surprise for you. I know your dad died and you feel like you can't go see your mom, so I'm gonna take you to go see your mom." And Oliver's like, "Holy shit, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. That's not allowed. Let's not do that." And then they go, and then it's like it's revealed that Oliver has just completely lied about everything. Like, his dad's alive, and
because
his parents are not
he
poor.
wanted to go
They're like
surprise
upper
him
middle
with his
class.
mom.
And like they're not doing drugs. They don't have mental problems.
Like they're normal,
just like normal,
like picture perfect
people.
family.
Yeah, and then Felix is like, "Holy shit, you lied to me, but I don't want to like make a big deal about this, so like just leave after my party. Like, we won't talk anymore, please."
Yeah.
And then at the party, everyone's like drunk, right?
Yeah, everyone's drunk, on cocaine, on drugs, everything, except
And
Felix. Felix wasn't on drugs. I think he was just drunk.
And Oliver is like, "I'm going to fix this because I'm going to go tell Felix that I love him." What did he do? What can you remember what he said exactly?
When?
Like, what did Oliver say to Felix when he like confessed?
I don't remember. Fuck. It was like,
It was basically like, I'm obsessed with you.
Yeah, he's like, I love you and I'm obsessed with you. And I want
It was
you, but I
creepy. It was like,
hate
I
you.
love you, but in a creepy way. And Felix was like,
And
what
Felix
is
like,
wrong with you?
You need to see someone for help. And then Oliver hands him
Next
a bottle
morning.
of champagne and throws up.
Yeah. Yeah, and the next morning, Felix is found dead.
He's dead.
In the hedge maze at Saltburn. And Oliver is like,
Oliver's
Farley
not even that,
was given out.
shocked. He just like aimlessly wanders around the house where everyone's like, "Where's Felix? Where's Felix?" Like he's not even worried about it.
Like he does not care, bro.
Like, Farley...
That's why it's weird. It's like he hates him, but like he loves him, but he's also like down to kill him.
Yeah, and like his sister and Farley were like literally in the lake, like searching the lake for him.
I think it's like a if I can't have you, no one can type of thing. But bro kills him.
Well, it's a little different, but like, I think it's more just like, I want what you have.
He just wants to become him. Yeah. It's like both. I think it's both. Because he's like obsessed with him and wants to be him and also loves. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, in the end,
it's beyond gay. It's just fucked up. Right? It's he hates him and he loves him and he wants to be him and he wants to kill him and he wants to be with him and it's weird. It's really weird. I don't even understand like the mindset. I can't even like process feeling that way. And Oliver's like, hey dad, Farley was giving out drugs at the party. That's probably what killed him. And the dad is like, fuck you, Farley. Never want to see you again. You killed my son.
Oh my god. So Farley actually showed up. Farley showed up at the party again and was like, I'm back.
Right.
But the lunch scene right after he died is literally my favorite scene in the entire movie where...
Tell me why you like it.
Oh my god. I love it because everyone is like in a different emotional state and it's...
Oh, I agree completely.
Beautiful. Like it's beautiful. Also,
that's exactly what I liked about it.
Duncan, like, coming in and being like, excuse me, sir, can I close the curtains for you? They have to bring his body outside the window. I don't want you to watch. God. And then he, like, can't close the curtain, and he gets, like, frustrated about it because he's, like, sad. That's so sad. That's so sad.
All right, we're getting to the good part. I'm
not done yet. And also, when he closes the curtains, everything turns red. Oh my god, the colors in this movie, the entire movie, whoever color graded this deserves the best head of their life. The colors
You're right. No, you're right though.
So beautiful.
It's very summery.
So
it's like I know it takes place during summer, but it has like that summer filter on it.
It's got the summer vibe. It's got the summer color palette.
It's
but
very
that red
vibrant
scene,
and light.
like all this. Okay, it was also red when he was blowing out the candles for his cake. Like when everyone was on the stairs. Right. He was, like, standing in front of the cake, and he, like, blew out the candles. And it was also red during the lunch scene. And also, Farley's little monologue. I love Farley so much. And he was like, can I please be excused?
Are you ready?
And then his dad's like, no, sit down and eat your fucking pie. And he's just, like, crying, eating the pie. And then the sister's just, like, across the table, just dumping an entire bottle of wine on the table. And then his mom's just, like, staring off at the wall. And Barry's like, this is a really good pie. Like, it's a great pie. Like, I love what you've done with the place. I like the red. It's like the parents they were in denial and absent, and the siblings were like, they've accepted it. They're like, he's dead and he's gone now, and they're sobbing. They can't.
It's like a really weird family dynamic. It's very interesting. Like, it's very like broken family, and I don't know how that relates to the themes of Barry being a freak.
Yeah.
Like, the whole movie is just Barry's a freak and this family is fucked up, and I don't know how it relates, but it does.
Yeah.
I'm not smart enough to dissect the themes of this movie. Let me see if I can find themes online.
Also...
Excess and obsession,
also back to the maze, the hedge maze. When they first entered the hedge maze, and Oliver was, like, standing outside the hedge maze. Beautiful shot. Chef's kiss.
Ooh, people have said that this movie is like a vampire movie, and it takes inspiration from Dracula. That's very interesting.
That makes sense.
I understand. Like, it makes a lot of sense when you think about it, like the sucking away the life of the family.
Moving to Jacob's, I guess Felix's funeral. Also, did you see his little teddy bear on the coffin? That shit was so sad. It was
I
so
know.
cute. And I was like, oh my god, he has a little teddy like his dad. And then we get to the scene.
Oliver is very upset that he just killed the person he's infatuated with. Kind of. So he goes to his grave, like, crying, mourning his death, even though he killed him, which is so weird, and I don't understand that thought process. So,
well, we
out
don't
of
know that
passion,
he killed him yet.
No, but, like, you can tell.
I had a thought that he killed him, but then I was like, if he just fucked his grave, so like maybe he did it. I don't understand.
So
how
anyway,
he died.
out of passion, he decides to just like fuck the ground, that like
Literally,
his grave.
you see penis and all,
Just straight
into the dirt. So Barry Keoghan improvised this whole scene, and he also made everyone leave set. He made everyone.
Oh my god!
Leave set.
He just knew he was gonna do this.
Except for
Did
the
he?
director. Well, yeah, of course. You always plan for your improvisation.
You gotta plan the improvise.
You gotta. I think he made everyone leave except for the director.
It was a very, like, interesting wide shot.
It was
wasn't
very
it?
intimate, and it definitely looked improvised. It wasn't. It didn't seem choreographed. I guess that made it feel more real. I think he was sad that he just didn't. He couldn't kiss him. Like I was sad that Oliver didn't at least get to kiss Felix once, because I feel like he wanted to.
That's so fucked up, because he could have if he didn't, like, be a creep.
Yeah.
If he was just normal, maybe he could have kissed him.
Yeah.
If he didn't, like, lie about his entire life and then murder him and fuck all of his family members.
Yeah.
How very bisexual of him. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride
Good night.
Month.
The dad is like, dog, you're making me uncomfortable still. Oh, wait, he kills the sister. So I didn't understand how he really knew that the sister was going to kill herself, because he kind of just, like, was like, haha, you're taking a bath, here's some razor blades. And the sister was like, yeah, you're so right, I'm going to kill myself. And I don't really know how he knew she was going to do that. That was, like, the most baffling part to me.
I feel like he definitely, like, edged her on.
I know he did.
Didn't
I don't know.
say something that was like, you're the reason
Yeah.
I went crazy?
Yeah. Like, they got in a fight because the sister's like, you're ruining my family. Like, I could just feel it. Everything's been wrong since you came here. And he's like, no, you.
Crazy.
Right?
Loved it.
And so sister dies. The dad's like, dog, it's kind of weird that you're still living here when all of my kids are dead. So can you just, like, leave? And then it's like 15 years later, and then the mom is like chilling at a cafe, and they see each other, and she's like, oh my god, everyone's dead, and I miss you. You were a good boy. You were like a son to me that one summer 15 years ago. Come back and live with me, and I'm gonna die, so I'm gonna give you everything I own. And then the dude's like, Barry's like,
it was just like
what?
randomly cuts to her at Saltburn, but she's just now like bedridden and in a coma.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, how did she get to that point? Like, it just cuts
like,
to her young.
Just
like,
time skip. Then Barry's like monologuing like, I'm an evil villain, and I orchestrated all of this, and I planned this for so many years to meet Jacob and like fuck all of you guys and then kill everyone and then break your family apart and then meeting you at the cafe, and now I have all of your money just like I wanted this whole time. And then he like rips off her life support, and then he dances around Saltburn naked, having finally achieved his plan of becoming the heir to the Saltburn throne.
I'm just like confused to like why the mom ended up the way she did. Like, did he do that? Did he like push her down a flight of stairs or something?
No, I think she just aged. That was my understanding of it, was just like old age.
But I don't feel like it was very long after. Like, I feel like it was just like a couple months. Like, they didn't
Maybe
do
she
the
got
age.
Like cancer
they
or
didn't
something.
do like the age. Like, I just wish they like said what
Showed
she
it,
had.
yeah.
I have final thought.
What is your final thought? We didn't really talk about the movie much. We just talked about the plot. Wait, do you have any other thoughts?
I talked about the movie much. You didn't talk about the movie.
I didn't have a lot of thoughts on the movie.
Which
it
is
was like
sad because it's such a good
weird,
movie.
and at some points I struggled to follow it. But I think I don't know why I struggled to follow it, because I feel like a lot of other people didn't struggle to follow it. I don't know, like the dialogue wasn't meshing with my brain. But there were like times where I just like was confused about what was going on and why, but maybe it was just supposed to be a confusing movie, and it was creepy, and I just like don't relate to it, I guess. So I think it's like hard for me to process why any of it is happening. Does that make sense? It's like a movie that's like very far out of my emotional realm, like for all of the characters. so I can't connect to it in a way. Like, most movies, there's at least like something happening that I can connect to, and this movie was just weird.
Not even that Oliver's like Spider-Man. Just
yeah, I guess that will do it. I liked, like, the parts of the movie I liked was when he was like creepily like at like the beginning when he was like more like in adoration, like when we saw like himbo Jacob and he was like adoring him. That was like cute, and I kind of vibed with that. And like when they were like when he was like being a himbo, like helping him in college and stuff at the beginning. But then just like the rest of the movie, I was just like, holy shit, what is happening the entire time?
Yeah, I get that.
Was it gay, or was he just like a serial killer?
That's the question. That's the life question. My final thoughts. I miss Farley. He just left and then never was talked about ever again.
Farley started out like the worst character and ended off the best character, which was fascinating.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't die. Surprised Oliver didn't kill him.
Did everyone else go downhill? I feel like he stayed the same. Like, he was the same the whole movie, and everyone else just like dipped.
Yeah. He was pretty sane. The dad was also pretty sane.
He was just like outcasted. The dad was horrible. But
he was sane during like
they could have been better parents.
Oliver out.
Yeah.
He wasn't a good person, but he was.
He wasn't
sane.
like rational. He was a bad person, but he was. I agree. Jacob was sane, right?
Yeah.
The sister was weird. I don't know what was going on with the sister.
She was mentally ill. I knew that the plot twist was coming, because the plot twist was, oh, he planned everything. And I knew it was coming, because I was like, oh, I know how this all ends. Like,
that's the vibes.
I get
it had the vibes.
But then it like really hit me, because I thought he planned killing them, but he actually planned it from like before he met Felix, and that was like, oh, whoa, okay, he planned it all the way back then, which I didn't know. And then I wrote, OMG, plot twist. OMG, he planned everything. And then I wrote everything at least 15 times underneath that. And then he kept saying that he hated
I like that you handwrite your notes.
Felix. Listen, man, if I don't handwrite things, I will lose the ability to write, which is sad. Oliver was like, I hated Felix. Like, I hated him. I loved him, but I hated him. In the end, I hated him. And I was like, you had sex on his grave, and you didn't love him? Like, you slurped up his cum water, and you didn't love him?
Revolved my entire life around him.
And you didn't love him? And then I wrote...
I feel like he loved him and hated him.
And then I wrote, a woman wrote this movie. Which is true.
Which is weird, because I feel like a gay man could also write this movie.
Well, happy Pride.
Thank you for listening to Telly Talk.
Bisexual
Subscribe for more gay people.
Subscribe for more gay people, because I'm gay.
And I'm not.
Goodbye.
That's my favorite outro, actually.
That's what we should sign. That'll be our sign off for every episode.